If you're watching this video, you're probably setting goals wrong. And the reason I know this is because I used to do the same thing. To give you a bit of backstory, for 2022, 2023, and 2024, I set a certain income goal, and it was the same one that I had yet to achieve every single year. And last year in 2025 was the first time I actually achieved it without actually setting the goal, which just goes to show that setting the goal does not equal you achieving it. There's something deeper than that. Now, yes, having systems to achieve your goals is more important than the goal itself. Everyone at the starting line of the 100-meter Olympic race has the same goal of finishing first. Some win, some don't. What's the difference? Well, their systems are, right? What they do in training, how they prepare, etc., etc. Even though they all have the same goal. There's something very important that everyone misses though. If you want to achieve very big goals, you need one thing, which is focus. Now, don't click off because I ended your curiosity. Hear me out first. So first I'm going to tell you the goals that I set at the start of this year and why it was a mistake. So here they are. I wanted to hit 25k a month in personal profit. I wanted to buy my first property. I wanted to get to 68 kgs body weight at 13% body fat. I wanted to get baptized, run a marathon, do MMA for 6 months, pass my second year, get 5,000 subs, and the list goes on with like 2 or 3 more. Now, if you hear that, what do you think is the problem? Obviously, I set too many goals, right? But okay, let's kill most of them down. Let's keep like 3 essential ones. I want to hit 5,000 subs. I want to make 25k a month profit. And I want to weigh 68 kgs at 13% body fat. Those 3 are very big goals. Making progress towards any 3 of those is going to take intense focus, time, and effort. You can't make progress on all 3 at the same time. You might think, like let's say we have all 3 at their current state, and then here's the goal. You might think, okay, I'm just going to have to do everything. So I'm going to push all of them up at the same time. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to post a YouTube video, and then I'm going to work, and then I'm going to post another YouTube video, and then I'm going to eat healthy and do this and do that, which in theory sounds like it's possible because it is. But the thing is, you're probably not going to make tons of progress in anything if you're trying to make progress in everything. You need to sacrifice progress in some of the other metrics to push one thing up. So let me explain this. If you are just getting started, and you say you want to get to 5k a month, and you're trying to do that and go to the gym and get into boxing and do whatever else, grow your TikTok and your Instagram and your YouTube, if that isn't connected to your business, you're going to be confused. There's too many areas to focus on and you get mentally tired. Like technically you can do everything and you can balance all of it, but having to get extreme growth, like going from 0 to 5k a month, is not going to happen by accident. You need intense focus of not worrying about progressing in anything else than that certain goal. Do you think someone going from 0 to 10k a month was doing at the exact same time of doing that whole process, was getting into the best shape of their life and doing this and doing that and doing that? Like obviously you can do several things at once. Once you're past like the newbie gains part and making real progress takes extreme effort, you're going to have to sacrifice effort on other things. So for the time being, set a North Star goal and you have the one goal you're focusing on. Maybe if your income is lacking a lot, that's like your first goal. Or maybe your health is terrible, so you've got a certain health goal first. Make sure you have a North Star which you're working towards. Everything else, like yes, maintain it, keep it sustainable. Don't like completely stop training or become really overweight or whatever. Obviously still put in effort to sustain those things, but you're going to want to spend 99% of your mental effort on this one goal. When I really started seeing success in online business last year, I literally had to stop focusing on everything else. I stopped going to university classes. I stopped somewhat going to the gym. I stopped eating healthy. So many things I had to sacrifice, which obviously it's not completely necessary. I still stayed in like decent shape. I didn't eat like a pig or whatever. I had to take some mental load off certain things and push it all into the one thing I wanted to make progress on. And now that that's at a better level, I can now spread my focus again to get other things back up. And if I want to make lots of progress again in income or whatever, I'm going to have to go through the same process of having extreme focus. Now, let's say you have that North Star planned out. You have this goal, let's say it's 10k a month, and you achieve it. All of us know, if you've ever set a really big goal and you've obsessed over it for a long time and you achieve it, you kind of become directionless after the fact. Because this big purpose, this main thing your life revolved around for months and months has now been achieved. So where do you go from there? Because what typically happens to me and other people I've spoken to is you set this big goal and you hit the goal and it's exciting and let's go, you're celebrating for a day or two, and then everything feels kind of purposeless. You've accomplished the goal, your life is still the same, nothing has really changed because the excitement was in the progress, not the goal. So how do you fix this? Well, you can't just be obsessed with progress because you also have to set goals to actually make progress towards them. You can't make progress if there's no goal. But the right way to do this is you set a goal. You have your North Star, that 10K a month goal that's in your mind. Okay, I'm working towards that. But you also have a secondary goal that kicks into play as soon as you achieve the first one. So let's say I'm working for months and months and months. Okay, I achieved that goal. I take a week or so to enjoy it, celebrate. I just worked really, really hard to achieve this goal. But in the back of my mind, I know what the next goal is. Like, okay, as soon as I achieve this, I'm going to take a week. I'm going to relax. I'm going to celebrate. And then it's onto this goal, which might be like fitness related, for example. I also suggest having different kinds of goals. So maybe it's financial, socially, health-wise, whatever it might be, because then if you achieve one and you go into the next one, it's not just the same game you keep playing, because you don't want to be like a one-dimensional person who only has money or only has a great physique, right? You want all of it, right? So the best way to do that is to have your North Star goal, and as soon as you achieve it, one of your other areas you want to improve in is the next goal that you focus on. And now you maintain everything else until you make lots of progress in that, and then you move on to the next thing and the next thing. What you have to understand is if you have this mindset of setting goals and wanting to achieve them, is that there is no end game. There's no end point where you've achieved it all and you'll just be happy and you've enjoyed life. If you set goals and you like making progress towards them and achieving them, that is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. That is what is going to bring you fulfillment. It's not achieving the goal. It's setting a goal, making progress and achieving it, and then going through that process again. You probably have this idea in your mind, and I've had this issue for a long time, where it's like, okay, once I get to this, then okay, it's cool, I don't have to worry anymore. But the truth is, the fulfillment comes from making progress in and of itself. So you're always going to be setting goals, you're always going to be working towards them, trying to accomplish something bigger. It's never going to come to an end. So all you have to know is how to set a goal, how to have the backups for the next goal, and then continue doing that in the right areas. There's no point in just progressing something for the sake of progress if it's not actually going to improve your life or bring you fulfillment for doing it. So an action step for the end of this video is get your North Star goal and get another 2 or 3 goals that are going to kick into action after that. Like, okay, once I've achieved the North Star goal, this is the next one. And then after that, this might be the next one. And then once everything is being sustained, pour all your mental energy, your time, your financial resources, your physical energy into this one goal until you have achieved it. Anyways, hopefully that was helpful to at least one of you guys watching this. If you enjoyed, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.